Yeah, wife's in the gym. So I'm not working out today. I just do 3 times a week. At my age, 53. You don't need to do a lot. Anyways, I want to talk more on this Nick Fuentes. A couple points I didn't bring up, but overall, that guy is amazing. But I don't know. I think he's another psyop. So unfortunately, because he's a hardcore religious fundamentalist. And that's bad news. I mean, just as we're starting to people wake up from religion, he's bringing it back in a way. Don't fall for it, man, because it's just going to lead to like a form of theocracy that's, that's what I believe one of the old trick was. It'll make society so corrupt and degenerate that people will be crying back for religion, God, but they never know this false dichotomy. They always think it's one or the other. And that's why people like Thomas Paine and the old good philosophers and people that founded our country, Thomas Jefferson, who said the Bible should not be taught to children until they're at the critical age of learning philosophy and history and ability to reason, think, something like that, paraphrasing. Otherwise, you just fall for the fairy tales and get manipulated. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that but I still take it, this degenerate lifestyle is not good. Self-suicide, like you said. But in the meantime, as everybody he's trying to bring Barry back into religion, we can try to divert it there from that point. Reason will prevail. Again, Nick will fall on his face like all the other dialogues once they get, like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, now Tucker. But for different reasons, Tucker's, thanks to Nick exposing his lies about not knowing about CIA. But one video that's very telling is that debate between Dean Withers. I think his name's Withers. I gotta get that down. I'll try to post the debate in the links or the description between, about is Christianity true or not. And Nick surprisingly got his ass handed to him. But he usually beats up on Dean on every other topic. That's why you see Dean just getting really excited in that video. He's like, dang, I gotta win. And Nick knew it too. That's why he was almost getting upset, He just thinks Christianity is true just because it's true, He thinks, oh, it's just true because it's true. You can't prove the Bible using the Bible. That's a different debate. But one point I wanted to bring up was his little supposed, when he was, well, let me backtrack. He said if God told him he would kill a child, the Dean just went crazy on that, rightfully so. And Nick tried to recover the whole time. I thought we were talking about the Old Testament, and then he tried to explain away the Old Testament, why there had to be genocide. Because it was a fallen world, he said. Really? It's always fallen world. There's always good and evil, or polar opposites, however you want to look at it. I think Yahweh should have led by example. Do the philosophy, lead, be the light to the world. Which they double speak. They talk about being the light to the world, but then they go out and kill all opposers and genocide them all. Every living thing. And yes, it talks about taking the women and raping them. What do you think forced marriage is? I forget the text is offhand, but trust me, they're there. Taking the virgins for their wives, that's rape. Worse than rape, a freaking lifetime of till your death of rape. Future rapes absolutely abominable. Anyways, Nick failed miserably in every point there, and you know, thinks Christian men should run the country. I mean, Christian morality, in practical terms, is good, yeah. I mean, you should have morality. But once you invoke religious dogma and put a godhead, figurehead up there, that it's all designed to consolidate power into one central figure, and you all rally around that. Just like people tend to do that, you know. And that's why people are rallying around Nick and making a lot of sense. But yeah, I even like him, but I'm not gonna ever be worshiping anybody, you know, because it's just gonna limit your power. You're free, man. We're all the God within. The kingdom of God is within. So if Jesus was around today, he'd get crucified by the Christian Zionists. Most Christians didn't start no institution of religion. And that's what Nick and all these guys don't understand, especially being Catholic. Moron. Wouldn't be surprised if he's a Jesuit or something. I mean, Ignatius Loyola, the founder of Jesuitism, was a Jew, converso Jew, so there's a lot of evidence that Christianity was started by Jews to, you know, for the Christians and the Jews to mutually destroy each other. All races destroy each other. That's what the goal of World War III is, you know. I hope it fails. They just want Jews left with some of their robotics to be, you know, be there once they don't need us no more. Anyways, we'll see. But yeah, Nick Fuentes got some major flaws. But I like him. Other than that, well, I'm gonna keep an eye on him, see if he's some kind of psyops, or unless he's just genuinely ignorant about religion. Which is probably the case. I don't know. We'll see. So I wonder if I'm forgetting something else. I don't know. I'll make another video on it then. Alright, later.